Hey guys, Midnight Noobus here, back for another commentary. Today's commentary is a special one, since it'll be a double feature on a user by the name of Carlo Cevallos, who essentially did a 3-part rant on the Wolverine vs. Raiden battle done by Screw Attack. However, I'm only commentating on the second and third parts of the rant because I couldn't think of anything to say in the first part, and I hate wasting your guys' time. Also, for the first video I'll be commentating on, I'll be replacing the footage with some random GIFs because 1, I don't want this video to get flagged, and 2, I don't want to look at this guy shirtless. It's not that I'm a prude or anything, it's just that in this vid, he kinda creeps me out. Anyway, let's begin.
Wait a minute, wait 1 second, wait 1 itty-bitty second. That kind of blade can't cut through Wolverine. The reason Misty Knight's arm broke that adamantium blade was because it was made out of cheap, low-grade adamantium. It wasn't the expensive stuff.
Just because it's a weaker version of Wolverine's adamantium does not mean it can't be cut by Wolverine's high-frequency blade. Wolverine's adamantium, while containing stronger properties, is ultimately the same metal as the one that Misty Knight destabilized. The only difference is that it would take longer to destabilize when compared to the weaker version. Don't believe me? Well, it's time to go all scientific on this bitch! In the beginning of the battle, the blade got stuck in Wolverine's shoulder. It didn't cut through the shoulder bone, meaning the metal was still stable and strong, as most metals are in the beginning. But throughout the battle, Raiden's sword kept slicing through Wolverine's body at fast speeds, which means multiple sword strikes, meaning that the metal was beginning to destabilize due to the blade's properties. But to get to the point, Raiden's blade eventually cut through the adamantium because the metal was suffering the equivalent of metal fatigue thanks to the numerous slashes, resulting in the metal destabilizing quicker and quicker. So yeah, the adamantium may be of a stronger version, but adamantium is still adamantium and it can still destabilize. It just took a lot longer than the one that Misty Knight destabilized. I'm sorry about that boring science lesson, guys, but back to the commentary.
Here's why. Wolverine, at one point in his life, created a blade called the Muramasa blade. Well, it was a different Muramasa blade. There's like two. There's like the black one and the one he made was like all red and shit. But beside that, the Muramasa blade could cut through things on a molecular level. Wolverine thwacked at that thing with his claws, and it even cut him, but it didn't cut through the adamantium. And that shit can cut through things on a molecular level.
Okay, fair enough. That example did not cut through Wolverine's bones. It just injured him, and took several days to heal from. And even Wolverine admits that the blade is the only thing that can kill him. But even then, let's use someone who has adamantium just as strong as Wolverine's. Sabretooth. And what did the Muramasa do to him in their fight? Cut off his arm, and then chopped off his head. And may I remind you, Sabretooth has adamantium bones just as strong as Wolverine's. Sure, it's not Wolverine, but the point still stands. If that blade could do that, why can't the high-frequency blade do a similar thing? They can both pierce at a molecular level. That blade was made out of part of Wolverine's soul, and its substance was never stated. Can it still cut through objects on a molecular level? Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Since the rest of the video is him repeating an earlier point, I'm just going to move on to his second video, the Wolverine vs. Raiden rant.
The thing that got me so pissed off was that Death Battle let him lose, not just because of two mistakes they made. They let him lose to a character that's basically a nobody in some sense.
Oh yeah, Raiden's definitely a complete nobody. I mean, it's not like he was popular enough to be a playable character in the second game, have a big purpose in the story of MGS4, and be popular enough to have his own spin-off game. Nah, Raiden was just a complete nobody. Totally.
I mean, seriously. And also, Wolverine is already dead. If you're gonna bring him back for anything, let it be for something really badass and let him win.
Are you freaking serious? So because a character is already dead, they shouldn't do a battle? Who gives a shit if they're dead in the canon universe? Death Battle is a non-canon fan series where 2 or more characters fight in a battle to the death, and the hosts provide info on the characters. Hell, Death Battle has done battles with dead people before. Boba Fett was dead, and yet they did the battle with Samus. The Tiger Sword was destroyed/dead, and they still did a fight with it. Darth Vader is dead, but they still did a fight with him. Hell, Batman and Goku died once in the Death Battle series, and yet they still came back for another match. Also, why should Wolverine win the fight? Because of that blade issue you bitched about in the last video? Already dissected what's wrong with that statement. Aside from that, you provide no other reasons why he should win the fight over Raiden. You know, at least when Death Battle talked about Raiden/Wolverine, they at least tried to show why Raiden would win. Since the rest of the video is him bitching that Wolverine should win and providing no reasons as to why, I'm just gonna end the video here. Now, before I fully end this commentary, I want to clarify that I love both Raiden and Wolverine equally. I love the X-Men series, and I loved Metal Gear Rising. Hell, I thought Wolverine was gonna win the match before I saw the video. But you wanna know why I didn't make a video bitching about the result of that fight? Because I don't take the results of their battle so goddamn personally. As I said before, Death Battle is a silly little series where people beat the shit out of each other, while also providing information on the fighters for anyone interested. You think that a certain character should win? Prove it. You don't have to make a Sprite/3 fight, but if you're gonna argue that they screwed up, prove with evidence and facts. Argue facts with facts, argue evidence with evidence. And show the evidence. Don't just say it, because not everyone knows what you're talking about.